Hey YouTubers, you can show up here with a review of the Robot Damashii Wing Gundam Zero custom Endless Waltz awesomeness form. So this is the model of Wing Gundam Zero from Endless Waltz with the cool angel style wings and all that stuff. I'm a huge fan of Gundam Wing. It was the first one in America. It was the first one I've seen, so it has a really special place in my heart. I love all the designs. And it made me a Gundam fan, really. I'm not a huge Mega Gundam fan. I've really only seen Wing, G, and the 4 main shows that were in the original continuity before I stopped watching. I might watch some of the newer stuff at some point, but for now, as far as Robot Damashii is concerned, I'm really only getting the Gundam Wing guys. So, quick look at the box. He's all and stuff. So, XXXG0000, W rather. Japanese on the mind. Number 95, Wing Gundam Zero, Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version. Logo, text, pretty cool banner on the side. And on the back, a lot of cool poses. You can shield himself and everything that comes in it, and then beam saber and buster rifle and all that fun stuff. For articulation's sake, we're just going to take a look at the figure by itself. The wings hinder articulation greatly, and it's just easier this way. So here he is. He's all awesome, and these can open up if you pop his head off, and there's little Gatling guns inside there. So that's pretty neat. Look at the head sculpt. Really great head sculpt. I mean, the Gundam head sculpts never have too big of a variation in the face, but the helmets are always really, really awesome. So really neat. Shoulder pads. Look at the arms. And the legs. Really, really cool. Remind me a lot of the old Gundam Wing figures that Bandai of America released. I think those were imported from Bandai Japan. I don't know exactly, because I was a little kid then and I was naive. But overall, just really, really awesome sculpt. And I know the master grade and perfect grade model kits and stuff are probably a lot better than the Robot Damashii. I'm an action figure guy, not a model kit guy, so yeah. Speaking of the articulation, I never went over. Full rotation, double joint, double. Lots of swiveling in the hip and chest, and then full ball joint articulation down here with a double joint right there, and then ankle movement. So definitely lots of poseability on this guy. And nothing really gets in the way either, despite it being heavily armored. Kamen Rider should take a note. Alright, the wings are pretty neat. The wings have full movement here. These can go around, obviously, since they cloak over him. These can go down and around like that. So that's pretty nice. And really, that's about all I do. There's beam saber holster storage back here, and I'll show that off later. So these just peg right into these slots on his back. Just like that. Nothing too crazy or exciting. To go ahead and do the shield, you just kind of let him just relax. These swivel around like so. And these swivel around as well. These should go, oh, they go, they're all on little ball joints, which is actually kind of cool, except for the fact that they pop off incredibly easy. So these should all splay forward, like so. Then these should all splay forward. Then these can, they don't connect at all. There's no sort of connection between them, but just kind of maneuver it until they're close together, like so. And then you can spread his back wings out like that, and ta-da, he is now nice and shielded. Of course, that totally detracts from the awesome body sculpt, so let's not do that anymore. Fold these on the back, and then these just swivel around once again. And re-splay these out. Re-splay these out, and then these can fold around too. They're just on a little hinge. So lots of little movable pieces on the wings. So really, really awesome job by Bandai. So we'll just leave those splayed open, and he stands for crap with the wings on. He just falls over. So really, if you have the wings on him, which you should because he's Wing Gundam, not having the wings totally defeats the purpose of his name, you get to use the stand. He comes with a stand, and these are the typical robot Damashii stands. They're shaped like a coffin. So, pretty interesting. And then these are on the really heavy... Oh god, that wasn't supposed to happen. On a really heavy ratchet, so they can hold the weight of the robot Damashiis. And then the upper piece is just a pretty common Tamashii stage thing. Then this piece just pegs right into his back, so you don't have to deal with the whole grippy nonsense. So, while we leave him back there for now, we'll take a look at the accessories. He comes with a beam saber. So what you want to do is take the holster, which is right here, it's this one, and pull that out, set him back, and then this just plugs, if I do it right, just plugs right in there. So now you have the beam saber. I'm going to leave this out because I think I'm going to pose him with the beam saber. I love the beam sabers. I think they're a sweet thing. And these are the Buster Rifles. There's two of them, obviously. And they can combine to form the Twin Buster Rifle. These are really well done, by the way. I really like those. So, basically, these come apart. If I can find out which side the peg is on. It's this one. So that plugs in right down here. And then these swing forward. And then go inside. There's one thing I want to comment on later. Same thing on this. Plugs in right there. Swing forward. And in. And then you just take the two of them, and there is a little sliver right there, and a hole right there. Just plug them in, and voila, you have the Twin Buster Rifle. One thing to note, however, is that it has no handle if you do that. So, I like to keep both of them out. I don't really know what the reasoning would be to put them inside of the gun. Just seems kind of redundant to me. So, I just like having both of them out, because then both of his hands can hold the Buster Rifle and stuff. You get the idea. I'm not going to waste time doing that. Then he comes with two splayed open hands for awesomeness, one of which I'm going to use, this one. And then two of the Buster Rifle or Beam Saber holding hands, of which I'm going to use one. So, just like any other Tamashii brand release, these just pop right off. Very easy. There's no movement in that ball joint right there. All of the hand movement comes from just being on the ball joint. So, it's very easy to get in and out. It's not like Figure Arts, where the wrist joint just totally kills possibilities of getting those in really easy. So, go ahead and plop the Beam Saber in this hand. It doesn't really fit all that tight in there, but that's okay. So, like I said, that just fits in a hole on his back right here. So, just plop that in, and then we figure out how we're doing this. I don't really have any slightest idea how we're doing this. Tilt you downwards. I'm going to try to emulate the front of the box picture. So, this is upward, and he's all like, I'm leaping. Because leaping is cool. So, something like that. You can't see his face anymore from my angle, but... oh well. I really like this figure. This is my first Gundam Robot Damashii. Obviously, the other Robot Damashii releases I have are from Evangelion. And so I already liked the line. And I love Wing. We went over this already. And this is one of my favorite Gundam designs. And the fact that they made this one first is really exciting. I did pre-order the Tallgeese 3. So that should be coming in October, I think. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, I'm not going to get any other Gundams right now. I might get the G Gundam guys if those come out. But as for the other series, I'm kind of just trying to stay away from the Robot Damashii just because I don't need to get sucked into another line. But really awesome figure. If you're a fan of Gundam Wing, you'll probably love this figure. For the model kit guys, you probably won't like the Robot Damashis as much because they don't offer as much, I guess, customization and detail that you could get from like the Mastering Perfect grade model kits. But for an action figure, he's absolutely fantastic, and I easily recommend him. So you can check out a written review at writersrangeandrumbles.com, bringing the latest Toku news in the craziest way possible. And of course, you can discuss Gundam Wing and Robot Damashis on the RAM boards at writersrangeandrumbles.com/forums. Take care, have a great one.